Hi guys, I'm Zach from Nerdworks Media, and today we're going to be doing a Rate My Ride video from some of my friends' builds. So starting off, we've got Brett's car. He's got a super clean, I believe it's the same model here as mine, a 91 Mazda MX-5. Obviously I've seen all of these cars personally as well, so he's got a very aggressive wheel setup, but I actually kind of like it. As far as I'm aware, he's on stock suspension still. I'm not exactly sure on the wheel specs themselves, but it's an exceptionally aggressive setup, a lot more aggressive than what I have on my car. Otherwise, he's got very basic mods past that. He's had LED headlights, like the Jeep headlights that the guys swap in, but I know recently he took them out, which I know he wants to go for a classic look, but mate, if you're watching, I actually like the retro modern vibe, so that's my style. Otherwise, it's just an exceptionally clean build. Definitely stands out a lot. You don't often see pure white Miatas with gold rims, although his roof is silver, but that's all of our problems. To find a roof that actually matches your car is very difficult, hence why mine's red. Otherwise, it's an exceptionally clean build. The engine's stock. I know he wanted to do a air intake, but he hasn't done that just yet. I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10. If you're watching again, I think what you could do to try to spice things up is, I know you want to get the roof matched, so I'm not going to mark you down on that, but engine wise, if you made that maybe match your rims, actually that could look pretty good. Like if you did like my setup, the intake pipe and the valve cover, if you got that matched to your rims, that could look pretty spicy. But yeah, 7 out of 10. Good start. Next up we have Josh with his MR2, Toyota MR2. I'm actually quite a big fan of his setup, more color wise for anything else. I'm a sucker for red cars with white rims. I actually think it stands out, and it's out there as a color setup, although I've seen it quite a few times on different builds, Miatas, MR2s, I think I've even seen it on a Supra, but it is actually like for me it's a very good color setup. He's said here that he's on stock everything, stock exhaust, stock complete setup beside the new rims and wheels. He says he's got plans to do the exhaust tips, a staggered setup, wheel setup like all MR2s they end up doing, and he believes it's the only daily driven SW20 in the country. I've had the opportunity, actually for most of the cars that I'm reviewing today, I've had the opportunity to do a pretty fancy photo shoot for, and I have to say I think this car pictures very well. It's got a very good sleek look from factory, but if I'm to criticize anything, I'd say needs to be lower, but as do all of our cars. And your rear tail lights, I've seen that there's I don't know what spec it is, but there's like a different setup tail light, and you've got like the block one. I think the other ones are more round, or at least when they've got like a round setup. Yeah. Those tail lights, I believe those could come out, would like really suit the car very well. You have an offset number plate, that means plus 20 style points, so you're already in the lead. otherwise, again, just an exceptionally clean build. What I'd rate it out of 10, Josh, I'm going to give you a solid 8 out of 10. It's very clean, really like it, especially the contrast between the body color and the wheel color, the red and the white. I think it suits very well. The only criticisms I have would be obviously lower, but again, we all need to be lower. So, and I mean, if you add some new exhaust tips, a new exhaust in general, maybe 1 or 2 other mods in there. Yeah. Next up, we got Tyron with his S13. Tyron was actually one of the first guys that I met in the car world when I got mine. So I've known Tyron for quite a while. I've actually seen his build from the very start to where it is now. It started out as a very basic build, you know, standard S13. I think it was maybe mildly lowered when he bought it. Otherwise, it was pretty standard. Since he's had the car, he's gone through a few different wheel setups. I'm not actually sure which one's my favorite. Actually, I quite like what he has now. The red rims on the red car. I think, again, I feel that's a very uncommon thing. You don't often see red rims as it is. And then when you do, it's not often on a red car. It's generally on a basic colored car. So white car, silver car, black car. But I think it actually really stands out to have it on a red car. I know he's gone through a few different turbo setups. I'm not actually sure what he's running now. I should actually, well, if he messaged me back with the specs of his car, I could have informed you more on what was going on, but sadly he's a bit busy. I know now he's running, I think, even lower suspension than when he bought the car. He's got obviously this more aggressive wheel setup. It looks really good. I'm actually a big fan. At some point he sprayed his valve cover and, well, engine cover white. I think that really suits the car. I think that looked really good. I'm not sure what color it is anymore, because I know he ended up actually swapping out the engine very recently. I believe he's actually still busy with that, but looks like a pretty clean turbo setup. I know we've discussed, since we're pretty good friends, some color schemes, and if he does the color scheme that I've told him to do, which is the white rims, white engine bay with either a white engine itself or a red engine against the white bay, I think this would be a very stand out car. Very clean, but still it pops a lot compared to, even in the car community, I feel that color setup would pop a lot. White rims against the red car with a white bay. Especially on an S13, I haven't really seen it on an S13. For right now, he's kind of got a bit of a drift missile setup, which I'm not against, but I'm not really for either. I like clean styles, but yeah, it definitely looks good. I like the new bumper that he's got, although it's not color matched yet, but again, that kind of adds to the drift missile look. Only thing I will say is that it doesn't look as good when it's on fire. You should probably sort that issue out, but I think that's why you swapping the engine, so it's good. We're good. Yeah, otherwise super clean build, pretty aggressive, I feel, in terms of how it looks, and how it sounds. If you've ever heard a straight piped S13, then you know what I'm on about. Really good build. I'm really excited to see where it goes, but yeah. In terms of a rating, Tyron, I think I'm going to give you... It's hard to say because it depends on kind of what you're judging on. If you're judging on more on the drift missile side or if you're judging like what I was, the clean build side, I'm trying to just judge it on a build overall. I think I'll give you a solid 8 out of 10 again. Really aggressive, like I said, really aggressive setup. I quite like the red against red. Again, I feel the white with the red would look really aggressive, especially with the rims that you have now if you got them painted white. Yeah, the only thing that I could down is that like S13s are everywhere, but in the same breath so are Miatas, so are a lot of the other builds that are out there, so I'm not judging things on that. I'd like to just judge on that particular build, of which I've never really seen this kind of look. Okay, fine, I've seen a lot of Drift Missile S13s, but I've not really seen many with this kind of wheel setup, these particular wheels with this color. So a solid 8 out of 10. Alright, cool. Thank you guys. I think that's it for this episode. Very impressed with the builds that we went over today, and I'm hoping that my results toward them mean that I still have friends. Super clean builds. Maybe next time we can go off some of my Instagram followers instead of just the friends that I have. Or may not have at this point. We'll see through what I've rated them. Yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. And yeah, that's it. I think it's a very clean build. I don't know how many times I've said that already, but yeah. Sit. 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 Not up, sit. 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 Good boy. I'm trying to record a video. And there it is. Alright, cool. Thank you guys for watching.
I need it for